Adwoa sat under a huge tree in the schoolyard, her eyes fixed on the group of girls laughing near the cafeteria. They were the it girls of Harmony Senior High School. Beautiful, stylish, and always at the center of attention. Adwoa watched as they moved, a synchronized unit of popularity, and sighed. She wanted to be part of that world, to feel the thrill of being noticed and admired. Adwoa, are you coming to the study group? Her friend, Fosia, called out, breaking her reverie. Huh? Maybe later, she mumbled, barely looking at her. Her mind was elsewhere, dreaming of the day she would walk with the popular girls. The Ritz girls were led by Akua, a senior who seemed to have everything: beauty, intelligence, and charisma. Every girl in school wanted to be her friend, and every boy wanted to date her. To Adwoa, Akua represented everything she aspired to be. Adwoa, are you listening? Amma asked, nudging her gently. We need to finish this project. I'm just busy with new things, Adwoa replied, brushing off Amma's concern. Adwoa's current friends, Fosia and Amma, were good friends. They always had her back, but they lacked the glamour and excitement she craved. She found herself pulling away from them, her eyes always scanning for a chance to be noticed by Akua and her friends. Over the next few weeks, Adwoa started distancing herself from her old friends. She spent less time at the study group and more time trying to get the attention of Akua. She bought new clothes, styled her hair differently, and even started skipping classes to hang out where the it girls usually were. Adwoa, you've changed, her best friend Amma said one day. We barely see you anymore. I'm just busy with new things, Adwoa replied, brushing off Amma's concern. Adwoa's transformation didn't go unnoticed. One day, Akua approached her after school. Hey, Adwoa, right? Akua said, flashing a smile that made Adwoa's heart skip a beat. Yes, Adwoa stammered, trying to contain her excitement. We're going to the new cafe in town after school. Want to join us? Akua asked. Sure, Adwoa replied, her excitement barely contained. This was it, her chance to prove she belonged. Adwoa walked with the popular girls to the cafe, her heart pounding with every step. She listened intently as they talked about the latest fashion trends and upcoming parties. She felt a thrill of belonging she had never experienced before. As they sat down to order, Akua turned to her. So, Adwoa, tell us about yourself. Adwoa blushed. Well, I love reading and writing. I'm also part of the school's drama club. Interesting, Akua said, nodding. We could use someone like you to help with that upcoming event. I just had said, I'd love to help. One afternoon, Adwoa's efforts finally paid off. Akua invited her to join them for lunch. Adwoa's heart raised as she walked towards the cafeteria table, her old friends watching from a distance. Hey, Adwoa, sit with us, Akua said, smiling. Adwoa beamed and sat down, feeling like she was on top of the world. Days turned into weeks, and Adwoa became an official member of the It Girls. She loved the attention, the parties, and the sense of belonging. But she also started to notice the darker side: the gossip, the backstabbing, and the constant pressure to maintain their status. Adwoa, we are going to a party this weekend. You should come, Akua said one Friday afternoon. But I have a test on Monday, Adwoa hesitated. Come on, it will be fun. Don't be such a nerd, Akua teased. Adwoa sighed, feeling torn. All right, I'll come. The party was wild, louder and more extravagant than anything Adwoa had ever experienced. She drank more than she should have and felt a dizzying sense of euphoria and freedom. But the next morning, she woke up with a pounding headache and a sinking feeling of regret. As weeks passed, the fun and excitement began to blur, with moments of doubt and unease. Akua's demands grew, and Adwoa found herself compromising her values more often than she'd like. One day, Akua came up with a daring plan. "Let's skip school and go to the beach," she suggested. "It will be fun." Adwoa hesitated. "But what if we get caught?" "Don't be such a baby," Akua snapped. "If you want to stay with us, you have to do it." Against her better judgment, Adwoa agreed. They sneaked out of school and spent the day at the beach, laughing and taking selfies. But their fun was short-lived. The school found out, and they were called to the principal's office the next day. "Adwoa, I'm very disappointed in you," the principal said sternly. "I expected better." Adwoa felt a lump in her throat as she was handed her punishment. A week of suspension and a call to her parents. Her parents were furious, and she felt the weight of their disappointment heavy on her shoulders. Her old friends watched from a distance, their expressions a mix of concern and pity. Adwoa realized how much she had hurt them and herself in her quest to be popular. During her detention, Adwoa had a lot of time to think. She thought about the friends she had pushed away and the poor decisions she had made. She missed the simple joy of spending time with Amma and Fusua, studying together and sharing dreams. One day, she gathered the courage to approach them. "Amma, Fusua, I'm really sorry for how I've treated you." Amma looked at her for a long moment before nodding. "It will take time, Adwoa, but we are still your friends." Though she tried to make amends, things were never quite the same. Adwoa had to work hard to rebuild the trust she had lost. She focused on her studies, attended all her classes, and stayed away from the it girls. The road to redemption was tough, but Adwoa learned valuable lessons about friendship, loyalty, and the dangers of losing oneself in the quest for popularity. One day, as she was walking to class, Akua approached her. "Hey, Adwoa, we missed you. Why don't you join us again?" Adwoa shook her head. "I can't, Akua. I need to focus on my studies and my real friends." Akua scoffed. "Your loss." As Adwoa walked away, she felt a sense of relief. She had made her choice, and it was the right one. She realized that true happiness came from being true to herself and valuing the people who genuinely cared about her. Adwoa spent the next few months rebuilding her relationships with Fusua and Amma. They welcomed her back with open arms, and she felt a sense of belonging she had never experienced with the 8 girls. Her grades improved, and she found joy in the simple things. Study sessions with her friends, walks around the school campus, and participating in the drama club. She no longer craved the attention and glamour that had once seemed so important. Though she had moved on, the consequences of her actions lingered. The school's administration kept a close eye on her, and her parents were still disappointed. She had to work hard to regain their trust. One day, as she was walking to the library, she saw Akua and her friends huddled together, whispering and laughing. For a moment, she felt a pang of longing, but then she remembered the trouble they had caused her and the lessons she had learned. She straightened her shoulders and walked past them, heading to the library where Amma and Fusua were waiting. She realized that true friends were worth more than any popularity context. As she sat down with her friends, she smiled. She had made mistakes, but she had learned from them. She knew now that true friendship and integrity were far more valuable than the fleeting allure of being an it girl. Adwoa's journey taught her the importance of staying true to oneself and valuing genuine relationships. She had paid a price for her mistakes, but she had emerged stronger and wiser. And as she looked at her friends, she knew she was right where she belonged.